Burned, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction in the month of July. Written and narrated by Eleanor Rose. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and comment down below in support of more fanfiction. With that said, let's get burned. Okay. You can do this. You can do this, Adrian. Cat Noir stood in his bathroom, facing the mirror in a superwoman pose. There weren't any plans to meet Ladybug today, nor had an akumatized victim appeared, but he was trying to convince himself to make the grand gesture. Not grand in the sense of 90 roses and a puppy, but grand all the same. He tried to put a phone call through to Ladybug, but of course that didn't work. If she was a student like he was, although she'd be an incredibly mature schoolgirl, then she was probably eating a snack and setting up to do her homework. The afternoon sun beat down on his back, and Cat knew it was now or never. He grabbed the bag he prepared and slipped out the bathroom window, off to the park near his school. Ladybug always made it there quickly, which gave him the working theory that she lived in that area. She didn't come right away, but that was all right. He played with some local children, racing around park benches and pretending to fall prey to the tiny humans trying to tickle him. Soon enough, the lady blog stopped by to talk, and Alia pounded him with question after question as Marinette redirected the children to a carousel. Cat Noir smiled to himself as he chatted with the girls. They responded differently to Cat Noir than Adrian aggressed, especially Marinette. He only ever heard her make puns when he was hiding behind a mask. If only they knew. An hour came and went before Ladybug showed up with a bag of beignets. She dropped the snacks beside him before plopping down herself. "So," Ladybug began, "who were you waiting for this time?" He cracked a smile. They both knew it was her. It was always her. The last time he did this, she brought beignets as well. He happily obliged, patting the seat beside him. "I have something for you." "A present?" "I suppose you could call it that." "You aren't going to slap a bow on your chest and throw yourself into my lap again, are you?" "Why, my lady, would you prefer me gift-wrapped and delivered to your door?" She rolled her eyes as he reached for the bag he brought with him. "What do you have?" "A request, actually." "A request? What do you need, kitty?" He looked at her and realized that going through with his plan wasn't a good idea. He couldn't do it. He couldn't ask her out when he knew her answer would be no. "We should spar sometime." Like I said yesterday, Cat, we're already in sync with each other. I mean, like, professionally. Get a trainer. She began, cutting herself off before taking a moment to think. Cat held his breath in anticipation, palms sweaty inside his suit. She was considering it. "I think I know just the person, actually," Ladybug said, looking out at the children playing in the park. "Wait, really? I was just gonna hire some parkour teacher and a personal trainer." "No." His heart fluttered as she smiled to herself. "I've got someone much better than that." "Well, if you give me his number, I'll pay him whatever he, or she, wants." "He won't want money. Trust me." Cat Noir scratched his head, slightly perplexed, but in a good mood. This was going well. Not what he planned, but going well. "Cool." "So what's in the bag?" Ladybug asked. His face flushed and he grabbed the bag as she reached out for it.
Nothing. Nope.
Her eyes narrowed and she reached across his body, wrestling the bag out of his hand. Cell phones? She said, tilting her head to the side in confusion.
For, bonding.
I think we're plenty close already, Cat.
I can't reach you when you aren't transformed, and something tells me you won't give me your real phone number, so...
So we can message the other on these? Nice. She smiled to herself as she pulled her phone out of the package. He debated at the store whether he should get her a red case because she's Ladybug, or millennial pink because it's in fashion, and went with the latter. It was a relief to see she liked it, and he pulled his own out from the bag.
I already programmed my name in.
Oh, okay. Ladybug tapped on contacts, and the smile on her face immediately shifted to an irritated look. Mister? You put yourself in as Mister, followed by a heart?
Yes.
She rolled her eyes and moved on to the rest of the phone apps. What's exploding kittens?
Yeah, so we can play a game or two when you're bored.
How many apps did you install?
Enough to keep my lady busy. I made sure all of the premium features were paid for in advance as well. I even put my favorite music into a playlist.
Cat realized he was being too enthusiastic and tried to reel it back a bit.
If you want it.
His heart sighed in relief as she giggled, pressing the music button. Yeah, I'll give it a listen.
Wait, you will?
The ears on his head perked up. Yeah, totally. You made it for me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Great. Then I'm sure I'll enjoy it. His face flushed, and suddenly he was grateful for July's heat.
So you'll text me the details?
Sounds good, yeah. I'll see you around, kitty. Cat Noir waved goodbye as his partner left, still a bit stunned by what happened. He now had a direct line to Ladybug. He could message her whenever he wanted to. He could ask her random things like what brand of mascara she wore or what she thought about Heelys. This was great. This was amazing, actually. Instead of being just partners, they might even become friends. Sure, it's not the end-goal relationship he wanted to have with her, but it was still a step in the right direction. Being friends was a great segue into going on a date. And dates lead to dating. And dating leads into...
Whoa. Calm down, Adrian.
He told himself. It was like him to get ahead of himself, but he couldn't help it when it came to the girl of his dreams. He wasn't sure who she was, but still, all first crushes have complications, right? Take away the supersuits, they were just ordinary kids. At least, he hoped they were. No matter how popular the identity Adrian Agreste was among the public, it wouldn't be right to date a 27-year-old if that's who Ladybug happened to be. He noticed a paparazzo hiding behind the fence and grinned, waving at him for a photo. If he was the only one there, a good picture of himself could sell for 500 euros at least. The least he could do was trade 10 seconds to make sure the guy made rent for the week. Sure, sometimes they got annoying, but it was nice to have candidates for kids to write fanfiction to on YouTube. He was a total LadyNoir shipper, after all. After a few shots, he stood up, stretched, and made his way home. The day went better than he imagined, as deep down he knew he wasn't going to confess when he left the house that morning. He never confessed, no matter how many times he amped himself up for it. The young superhero closed his eyes and sighed as he flopped down into his bed. He didn't have a chance at this romance, despite his efforts. He should give up before it affects a beautiful partnership. Little did he know that by the end of the sun-stroked July he would be dating Ladybug. And little did he know she'd be in love with him too. Thank you so much for listening. Part 3 comes out tomorrow. I'll catch you next time.